Hi everyone, it's Cynthia Maynard from CynthiaMaynard.com, and I hope you're doing well today. I have Stampin' Up! Opened up the opportunity for demonstrators. They're bringing alcohol markers back. They've now owned a lot of markers, so I at first was like, do I get them? Because I have Tombow. I have the whole set of Tombow. I have about 3 different companies that send me markers to test, and so I have pigment markers. I have dye ink markers. I have all sorts of markers, gel pens galore. So for me personally, as an artist, I hesitated because I thought, I don't know. But I thought, you know what? I don't have alcohol markers. That's the one kind of marker. I don't have any Copics. I know that might seem weird. It seems like everybody does, but I don't. I'm just not. I've been too busy playing around with my other stuff. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to give the alcohol markers a whirl. I think it was 12 colors, and they have a dark shade and a light shade of each. And they offered them to us, but they're called Stampin' Blends, Color Me Happy, and they had this bundle. And then they had this card kit with lots of fun things. Now, they've not given a release date yet on the, look at all those goodies. Lots of goodies in there that make these beautiful cards. So they wanted to give us something that we were able to try things out on. So that's a fun little kit there. I'm not going to do that one today in today's video. It's the stamp set. And they recommend Whisper White because, you know, Whisper White is different than the colored cardstock. It's very, very smooth. The colored has more of a tooth to it, I guess you could say. And so I went ahead and I stamped. They do recommend using Memento black ink. I don't have that. So I went ahead and thought I would try it with StazOn ink. Because I don't have Memento. I'll have to get some Memento, I guess. I don't know why I don't have Memento. What's with me? Anyway, so I went ahead and stamped a bunch that we could just play around with today and kind of test them out. I just got them yesterday, so I don't even have them out of their little packages. It's a Whole Foods bag here. So they come just like this, at least I do right now. I don't know if they're going to change the packaging at all or whatever, but I recycle all this plastic. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these unloaded. I have them all out of their plastic packaging. So basically with the 12 colors you get, for example, so they're 2-ended, okay, you get the sort of bigger tip there, and then you get a finer tip here, and also you can write with that rather easily. Actually, both ends you can write. They snap on lids because alcohol markers have alcohol. Alcohol dries extremely quickly, evaporates very quickly, so you want to keep them lidded. You want to store them flat because, especially since they're dual end, that you get ink distributed on both sides. They have these little thick and thin markers there, little grippies to kind of hold on to. They have a choking hazard. They have so this is called the Dark Night of Navy. I know that might not look like it. It almost looks like a different color, and then this color is the Light Night of Navy. So there's an example of, they've given you 2 shades of the same Stampin' Up! Color. That way you can blend more easily, not like Copic where you have hundreds of colors. So, so they've done that for you for every color they have released. They've given a little partner there. And then there are 3 singles, if you want to think about it that way. Okay, there's the color lifter, so if you want to make highlights and things like that. There is a bronze, and then there is a ivory. So you can make some skin tones with that. And maybe if we have time, I'll see how long the video goes, but you know, I don't like long videos. Maybe I'll just hand draw somebody's face and make some skin tones, or maybe we'll do that in a different video. Lastly, sky's the limit. If you want dark to light, you want however different ways you can do this. Let's pick, which one is this? So this is Rich Raspberry Light. So let's go ahead and find, okay, so there's the partner there. So let's see here. So we're going to go ahead and, oh, they come out really nicely, nice and inky. Now they are going to dry kind of quickly on your paper too, so if you've got a super large space, you might want to do maybe some smaller bits, you know, before you move on to the next part. Now you can kind of see here I've got kind of a bit of a hard edge there, and as each layer dries, it's almost like watercoloring. If you allow the layer to dry, you can come back in and make that less stark of an edge, if that makes sense there. So let's keep going on. It's really pretty. I like rich raspberry. Gotta get used to which end is which here. Okay, if you just want a little bit out like that. Fun. I like them. They're very comfortable to hold. They're chunky, but they're very, very comfortable to hold. First impressions here. To be doing well with the stays on ink, just FYI there. I just let it dry, which stays on ink. You know, you can stamp on metal and all sorts of things. So it's very useful ink. I'm gonna come in with, oh yeah, so let's let that dry for a second. We'll move on to the other one, and then we'll try coming back in and making some of these edges a little less stark there. Let's give it a center. You do want to be careful when you I don't know if you can see in there, there's sort of a little hole that this goes into. You just don't mash your nib in there, so just kind of give it a look and get it in there. Alright, so it's had a chance to dry. Very, very smooth. So let's come in with our light and start blending that out a little bit more. Let's make it a little more graduated. And you can always do some shading like on the edges. Hopefully you can see that, kind of just smooth it out just a little bit. Now we'll let that dry and we'll come back with the color lifter and see how we do there. Just to show you these skin tone ones really quickly. Still not as light as I am. There is no skin tone for me. This is the color lifter. And then our ladies of color. That's what you have to work with. And then you can layer and do different things to come up with every ethnicity in between. So it's not like we're saying there are white people and brown people, right? But they've given us some colors, and you can add some pink hues, some yellow hues, some green hues to get all the different, you know, if you're looking to make someone from India or whatever. Anyway, some things to work with there. But alright, so let's come in with our color lifter, which is the white one, and let's try to lift some color here and see how this works. So I'm just going along the edges. Probably shouldn't sniff them. And I am starting to get some mottled, it's probably stained, it's probably fine, but mottledness there, which might be what you're looking for, more of a watercolor look. Pool Party, this is the Pool Party Dark. And of course you can do multicolored things. We don't need to just do, you know, one thing. I'm going to come in with a gray light, smoky slate light, and fill some of that in. I don't know, just playing around. Blend these two colors in together, kind of have a neat sort of grayish, pool party-ish flower going on there. That's cool. So you can, don't be afraid to mix two different colors, okay, if that makes sense. Let's see here. It's pretty font. Nice stamp set. I heard some bad comments about it, that it wasn't a good one to try it out with, and I don't know if they mean, because you see a lot of like different companies, My Favorite Things and Lawn Fawn and people like that that have these sort of cutesy animal-y colory things that you can really go to town on, but I don't know, I mean, there's lots of things to color on here. Is it the perfect stamp set for the job if you're going to release alcohol markers? Perhaps not, I don't know. I think they're going for that chalkboardy, edgy sort of look, I think is what they were doing there. Bermuda Bay. So you could go in with a totally different color there. If you're asking yourself, I have all the Stampin' Right markers, which are water-based, just like the, inks are. Why would I need another set of markers, right? That's a valid question. Well, the answer, partly, is, Stampin' Right markers don't do so well on a big picture coloring in on just regular cardstock, right? They're water-based. They do pretty well on watercolor paper, which Stampin' Up! Does sell watercolor paper. I prefer buying. I do a lot of watercoloring, so I can't afford to buy those little bits of watercolor paper, but I have to buy mine in bulk. But that's fine. You get a little different color shadow. Here's a Stampin' Right marker. Here, great on this Whisper White. Because of the textural, you're going to get more harsh lines with the Stampin' Right marker, because this is just water-based ink, basically. Whereas this, the alcohol, is just slightly different. Let's go in and lift this. So this is basically resaturating. The more you go over a spot, the more you're going to lift. If you've got a really large area that you're coloring, like one of those coloring books or something like that, it might take a while. Okay, so this is meant for more finer work, I think. To be a rebel, but not all of us have the Memento ink. Do you? Maybe you all have Memento ink. Maybe you're fine. Let's do a bird down here. An archival. Might as well test it out, right? This is testing day. It's the laboratory of Cynthia Maynard. Come in like that. I did get a little pilling with that, pressing that lifter. I did just get a little bit of pilling there. What were we going to do? Oh, our alcohol. Let's write down what that is. For my sake, archival. So lots of colors you have to work with. Let's see what the bronze looks like. We did the bronze already, but so in the case like this, where you have a bolder color, you definitely want to come in with that lightener later and give that some dimension. Otherwise, it looks like you just, whatever. All right, let's try out our guy here. Let's do something that's going to stick out. I'm going to go back. I'm flipping back and forth, remember, because I'm letting things dry. I guess the moral of the story is, as I kind of bring this to a close here, great markers. I don't own Copic, so I can't compare that. I'm sorry about that. I can compare what they do with themselves. They seem to work well. Overall, there's just those little bits there. The stays on and the archival do work. There's not a whole lot of smearage that I have happening here, and I'm coloring pretty hard on this, so when you get in these tighter spots where the ink might be more dense, you might have a little bit of that, but play day. And so it definitely softens the darker color like that. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and keep going with this, guys. I'm going to let you go because I don't want to get this video super long. If you have questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you help this channel out. And we are going to be having a giveaway at the end of the month with the stamp set Hug and a Mug. So that will be fun and cute. Let me any of that. But I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much, guys.